Yesterday, I was looking at a documentary about a guy that claims to be the prophet, the new Jesus Christ. And I thought to myself, I would really like to meet this individual face to face. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Grinder's Verdict podcast. I'm your host, Demi Grinder. And yes, it's very true. I would indeed like to meet these individuals face to face so that I could have a conversation with them and shove all of my questions and shove all of my doubts in front of them. Because I feel like these individuals are the type of individual who just hides a lot. You have no idea where they are. Or if you do, sometimes they might get aggressive. But let's be real, I never really encountered anybody like that. And I wish I did. That's why I'm doing this episode. Because I really wish I did find one of them. And I'm not saying I would beat the living shit out of them. I'm just saying that I would like to have a conversation with them and actually understand what the hell is going on with them. Anyways, to give you a little bit of context about the documentary that I watched yesterday. It's this guy that goes by the name of Wayne Bent and then changed it or started announcing himself as Michael Travesser? I don't know. It's not Travesser. It's Travesser, right? There's no R in there in the second part of the word. But basically what he claims is that his youth, his childhood, his adolescence and everything was really messed up. But my question is, so was mine. You don't see me claiming to be Jesus or whatever other supposed fictional character there is. You don't see me doing that. I mean, it all comes down to the ignorance of each individual or the will to control the others, which is also a thing, if you think about it. That's probably what happened with him. Let's think about it. You go through a series of very damaging events in your life, and then you get to a certain age, and you realize, by some form of realization or something, obviously, but you realize that you can control others, that other people are weak-minded, and because of your damaging events, you yourself became incredibly strong. And this sort of leads to these individuals. That's my opinion. That's what I think. But the reality of it is, this is very damaging for the people involved in that. I was looking at the documentary and I was seeing the people involved with this guy, and they were completely brainwashed. Brainwashed to the point where the host of the documentary was talking to them face to face. And when he was giving them the truth, and when he was talking to them, talking about reality and what's going on, these individuals, these kids, these children, were basically going like, ha, he doesn't know better. Basically, the host of the documentary was telling them, how can you keep these kids here and say that this is the best for them if they never seen any better? This is all they know. This is where they grew up. For all they care, this is all that exists. This is all that they need because they don't know anything better. They don't know anything else. So this guy keeps on brainwashing these kids. And this guy keeps on treating these kids or making these kids treat him and making him sort of like their prophet and their divinity. Not only that, but he also basically violates them. And if you go watch the documentary, it's on YouTube by Real Stories. But if you go watch the documentary yourself, you will see that the women that are with, sort of like officially with him, are basically just like dead inside. You look at the way they look at him, and that's the stare of a person who's basically dead inside. Trust me, I know how it feels, and I know what it looks like. And I was just seeing this, and I was like, man, would I really like to meet this guy in real life? And really just try to understand what the hell's going on inside of that brain. Just try to understand what's going on with that mind. Because it's really fascinating. And not only that, not only would I try to understand what's going on there, but I would also give my thoughts about it and what I think about that whole thing. because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Just because you've been through a lot of damaging and a lot of difficult events in your life, that does not give you the right to exert, or I don't know if that's a word, but it doesn't give you the right to reinforce anything or force anything upon anybody to sort of come to you as a savior. You're not a savior, dude. You are irrelevant. You're just as irrelevant as me, as everybody else in this world. One of the things that I would tell these individuals if I was facing them is, your relevancy is of nothing. You are not relevant. The moment you die, you will be a corpse, and once you become a corpse, you go underground or you get cremated, whatever you choose, right? I'm going to be cremated personally because I think it's a waste of space to just shove corpses on the ground, but that's me. You do whatever you want. But basically, I just think that it's like, these guys need to know the truth that they are not relevant. They exist. They were given life by their parents. And that's basically it. You either choose to live your life regularly or you choose to live your life this way. But this guy should be in prison. This guy should absolutely be in jail. I mean, he committed adultery with his own son. Not with his own son, but with his son's wife. I mean, come on, dude. And you could tell in the documentary that his son didn't like that. But somehow he managed to as well brainwash his son to the point of accepting that. As if it was some sort of calling from the force beyond the skies. And I just, it's kind of interesting, It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's really infuriating to understand that these guys are out there and nobody's doing anything about it. Because, people are making documentaries, which is good, so that there's some sort of exposure about this whole thing. But in reality, I think these guys need sort of counseling. They need sort of somebody to treat them as mentally unstable individuals, because that's literally what they are. Number one, there is no God. Number two, there is no Jesus. Maybe there was, but there isn't anymore. All right. Number three, it's all a bunch of made up bullshit to control humanity. All right. And number four, it's only for the weak-minded, really. If you are weak-minded, you will believe that thing. Because you need something to tell you that you are worth more than you actually are. And you need somebody to tell you that, oh, it's gonna be fine. You can just commit whatever you want. But if you pray, it's gonna be fine. There were terrorist attacks happening all over the world. And people were posting on Facebook, #PrayForWhatever. If that's not a sign of pure ignorance and stupidity, I'm sorry, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. So you think that because you are posting on a social media that functions completely digitally, right, with a hashtag and pray for whatever, that things are gonna get better. You actually think, it actually goes through your brain cells and whatnot, the thought that by doing so, you are actually contributing for the betterment of mankind in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to give you a real truth right now. You are contributing by not posting anything, by completely staying silent, saying pray for whatever with a hashtag. That's just stupidity and ignorance. You would be way better off by not doing anything. Just stay in your corner, let people solve their issues, solve their problems. And if you want to help, go to the middle of them. Go put a stop to it or go put an end to it. That's how you help, is by being there. It's not by, oh, I'm going to pray and hope that everything comes better. Come on now. Let's be real. Anyways, thank you guys very much for listening. This is the Grinder's Verdict podcast. I believe episode 22, I think. No, 23. 23. So episode 22 will be coming shortly. I haven't uploaded it just yet. but it probably will be uploaded by the time you listen to this one. But anyways, thank you guys very much for listening, anybody of you who do. And please contact me, tell me things, suggest things to me. Let me know about subjects you would like me to talk about. If you have anything that you just want to see if I have the same opinion as you, or if you want to see if my opinion differs, and if you might agree with me after my opinion is out there or whatever, just pretty much, send me a tweet at Grinder's Verdict, or go on Facebook for my page at Grinder's Verdict as well, or facebook.com/Grinder's Verdict, or I'm also on Instagram, instagram.com/DemiGrinder. And yeah, thank you guys very much for listening once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.